Hey, my name is Elijah, and today I would like to show you how to download files from Google Drive using a Linux terminal. Now, the Linux terminal I'm talking about has to look like this. By this time, I'm assuming that maybe you have a server and you wanted to download some files using your terminal from Google Drive. How do you do that? Obviously, when you try to use wget, uh, I don't know whether it works, but I've tried to use it and it doesn't work for me. I used a different method that I'm gonna show you how to go about it. Now, let me try to test for you what I'm trying to mean. For example, um, I have a file on Google Drive. It is PHP mailer or mailer, and I wanted to download this site. I mean this file. Using my Linux terminal. How do I do that? When I try to use, you would say that maybe I can just copy, I can copy the link. For example, I copy the link, copy. When I copy it, and then go to my terminal and then say wget and then paste the link. You see, this is what I'm gonna get. I'm going to get something like this. So the link is not really working for me. Even if I try to collect, for example, if I wanted to get a direct download link to this file or this zip file, I can go to GD, something like Google direct download link. And then I can go down here, Google Drive direct download link. And then go back to my file that I want to download and then copy. Make sure you don't access anyone with the link. Then go back here and then try to generate the direct download. So we've got our direct download link. Now let me show you something here. Let me show you something. When I paste here, I can paste here this link, the one that have generated as a direct download link. And then I want also to compare these two links. Let's try to compare them. Let's try to compare them. And compare them like this. So you can see that this is the generated link that I got from here, from this site. And this one is the direct link from Google Drive. So there are different links, as you can tell. Now, even if I use this direct link that I generated and then go back to my terminal, wget, and then paste, you can see that it's not working. It's not going to work even if I'm using that method. So what is the best way to download a file using the Ubuntu terminal or any Linux terminal? Now, there's a tool called gdown. I have written an article about it. You can find it on my website, www.yucacom.com, or I'll leave the link in the description below. This is the article that I've written, so you can read about how can I download files from Google Drive using Linux terminal? You can read about this article and then try to understand more about it, everything that you need to know. Now, this tool is what we use, is basically the best way to download a file from Google Drive. So we use this tool. We have to install the gdown tool, which is a Python tool. It was written in Python 3. So because it's a Python tool, we need to first install Python 3 and also pipe. And then we're gonna use pipe to download gdown. Now, back to your Linux terminal. Make sure you have access to your Linux terminal. Now, the first thing we need to do, as always, maybe as a general rule of Linux, you may want to update your system. Update. If you're a sudo user, you need to add sudo update. But since I'm a root user, I don't need to use sudo, as you know it. So the system is downloading. The downloads are complete, and the next step is to install both Python 3 and pipe, and then we're gonna use pipe to download gdown. All right, let's do that. To install Python 3 and pipe, we're gonna use apt install. But if you're a sudo user, you can say sudo apt install Python 3, then dash, then add pipe. So this will install both Python 3 and pipe. And then you hit enter, type yes to accept the download. So these tools are downloading right now. All you have to do is to wait so that the tools can finish to download, and then we proceed to the next step. Okay, I'm still here. We just want to wait for the installation of both Python 3 and pipe, and then we're gonna use pipe and install gdown. Okay, so the tools are done downloading and installing. So we have we have Python 3 and pipe installed. So the next step is to use pipe to install gdown. We do that by saying sudo. I don't have to use sudo because I'm a root user, but for your sake and anybody else who doesn't know, let me use sudo because it doesn't add any harm to me when I'm a root user to use sudo. So sudo pipe install gdown, right? Remember, we installed pipe and Python, so we're gonna now install gdown using pipe. Hit enter, and now gdown is installed. After gdown is installed, all we have to do is, if you run this command gdown here, gdown, it is gonna indicate that gdown actually exists now on the system. So it shows you a couple parameters you can use to run this tool on Linux terminal. Now, since we have gdown installed, the next step is to get our download link, and then we need to get a download link and use gdown to download our files. Okay, so let's do something here. Okay, we need to get the download link and then set up the appropriate parameters to use GDown to download a file from Google Drive. When we go back to our Google Drive file, we're gonna see that we have the file inside Google Drive, and then we need to click share and then make sure your file is configured to general access anyone with the link. This means that anybody with a link can download this file. So we are giving access to anyone with this link to be able to access the file. So this is very important. If you're gonna use your Linux terminal to download the file, you must configure the permission access to your file in Google Drive and change it to anyone with the link and not restricted. I hope this makes sense. Now, after doing that, you copy the link and then paste it somewhere. When you paste the link somewhere, maybe on your notepad file, you can paste the link there. So this is the link we've copied. Now, to use GDown to download the file, what we are interested in is the file ID. I don't know whether I can increase zoom in. Let me try to zoom in. Okay. So as you can see, what you're interested in is the file ID. The file ID is a string of numbers and characters that are automatically assigned by Google when you upload your files to Google Drive. So this file ID or this bunch of string of characters and numbers are unique identifiers that are used to identify your files in Google Drive. So, or basically, this is the number that we are interested in. This is the string that we are interested in. So this is your Google Drive file ID. Every file that you upload to Google Drive is automatically assigned an ID, which is a bunch of characters, a bunch of characters and numbers. Now, when you get this file ID from your Google Drive link, you're going to use this format of the URL that you're gonna use for downloading GDown. The format has to be https drive.google.com/uc and then that question mark ID equals. So this is very important. You have to understand the format here, the way it is. This is where some people always get it wrong. So let me increase the visibility so that you can see everything very well. So as you can see from above, from what I'm showing you here on the screen, you have to add this. So the format of your link that should not be like as you see here. Shouldn't be like that. It has to be like this. It has to be stroke UC and then this squared. I don't know how I can describe it, but the square, the question mark ID equals. So ID equals, this is where you put your file ID. When you get your file ID from its original link that you've gotten from Google Drive, you extract the file ID and then you append it to this kind of file format, URL format I'm giving you. So basically, I'm gonna leave a link to the article, to this article, This is the article. I will leave the link in the description below to help you understand what I'm trying to say here. You can read this article and then follow the steps that I talked about. Now, make sure this is the format of the link that you're gonna use to add your file ID and then use GDown to download. Now, assuming since my file, my Google Drive file has this, this is the file ID. I'll copy it and then add it here. I'll add it to this format. You see? So I've added this, the file ID I've added to the URL format I'm talking about. So after that, all you have to do is to copy your URL when you have organized it as I've said, and then go back to your terminal and type GDown space and then paste the URL. Hit enter. Okay. The file is downloaded. Downloaded. Let me show you. Sorry. So you can see the file is downloaded. Now, let's assume that we wanted to use wget. Wget won't download this either. Wget and then paste. Sorry. Wget and then paste and then hit enter. You see? It's not, it doesn't download the file. It doesn't. wget is refusing. You see? It only, when we, let's try to remove this. rm remove this. Okay, we've removed the other file. Now let's try to, let me remove all of them. Remove all of them. Let me remove all of them. Okay, so there is nothing here. Now we wanted to use wget and test out this very link that we used for GDown. When you use wget and then paste it there, you're gonna see that it's not really downloading the file. It's not downloading the real file. It's just bringing downloading the file ID. That's the file. This is a file ID basically. So the wget doesn't work. I don't know whether there is a way of doing it, but I believe the best way is to use GDown. We just have to use GDown and then copy the link and then paste it there. As simple as that. So as you can see, we have the file, which is this one, the zip file, php myra dash master.zip. So it's the same file that we have in our Google Drive, which is this one. Now, thank you so much for watching this video, let me summarize for you. What you need is to install, you need to install, if you're gonna use GDown, you need to install Python 3 and pipe. You do that by running sudo apt install Python 3 dash pipe. Once you install Python 3 and pipe, and then you're gonna use pipe to install GDown. After you've installed GDown, you then gonna use GDown and then get the link, and remember to use this format of your link. Don't use the format you copied from or you got from your Google Drive file. The link format has to look like this. It has to look like this. For more information, read the article that I wrote, and you can copy the link from the article and use it to add your file ID. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel and for everything tech.